Are you looking for a cool new action-adventure game with some puzzles built into it? If you answered yes, check out my review of Lila's Sky Arc, coming up next on Mumbles. We didn't get hit by anything today. Yeah! Hi everyone, Mumbles here. On today's episode of Mumbles, I am bringing you a brand new game called Lila's Sky Arc. This is a cool little cute game that I was very interested in when I saw it, and so interested that I decided that, hey, I gotta review it. We're gonna jump straight into the description. Description-wise, it reads, Lila's psychedelic world is in grave danger. Help her and her eccentric friends stop conductors' minions from destroying all things musical and magical in this meditative action-adventure game. Explore the dark yet groovy world as you unravel the poetic mystery that is Lila's story. Discover secrets, solve puzzles, and battle bizarre beasts and punishing bosses as you attempt to unite the spirits and save the mysterious Sky Island from ruin. Along the way, hunt down alchemy recipes to unlock new weapons, battle enemies with rock, titan eyes, cluster bumps, and anything else you can throw at them as you wander through this music-inspired pixel dreamscape during Lila's strange yet beautiful adventure. At the time of this review, this game is available for Nintendo Switch and Steam for $14.99. This game just launched. I'm lucky to get my hands on it. Fantastic. We are now going to move on into the gameplay section, but before we do that, I do have to ask, Well, I bragged about not getting hit earlier. It was bound to happen. Let's go into the gameplay section. So basically in this game, that is what you're doing. You're kind of doing the Legend of Zelda thing, running around, exploring, finding new things, figuring out what to solve with those things. Maybe you have to throw a certain item at something. Maybe you have to press switches in a certain order. Maybe you have to time certain things correctly. And basically, that is what you do in this game. Now, along the way, you will come on some puzzle things, like I said. You will have to find, some items that you have to carry with you that you have to give to certain characters to get those certain characters to do certain things. You will have some bosses that you have to battle by basically throwing things at them. And that's basically the game. That's it. You just kind of run around, do your thing, throw things, and you're good. We're going to move on into the cons, and the first con for this game is that even with all my gameplay experience, to start with, I found this game to be a little bit confusing. Why did I find it confusing? Well, it doesn't really ever tell you which way you're supposed to go, what you're supposed to be doing. I found myself stuck in a bit of a loop to start with no real direction of, hey, go this way, go that way, do this, do that. Now, this is also reminiscent of Link to the Past, because Link to the Past doesn't really tell you where to go or what to do either. But in Link to the Past, it's kind of apparent based on the paths they built. This game I found to be a little bit more confusing. I'm not going to mark the score off for it big time, but it is a con here that I'm listing. The second con is that this game is not anything we haven't seen before. Pretty much sums up that con. And the third con for this game is that the actual throwing of items is just a little bit awkward. You really have to be on your toes when you're throwing things, because if you're throwing them at enemies, you got to keep space. You can't just be on top of them like you could in a game like Zelda, where you have a sword to hit things back. You literally have to have enough space. So it's kind of a balancing act with how they did the combat in this game. So that sums up the cons. We come to the score. We come out of the score section, and Lila's Sky Arc was definitely a journey. It was definitely an adventure. It wasn't a bad game, but it wasn't that ultra great game either. You could see that they took the idea of Link and Zelda, and they really wanted to apply that to a different sort of game, and they did that. They took Lila's and they made it basically that kind of a game. But, in my opinion, one of the things that makes a game like Link and Zelda so great is that Link has all these different weapons that he can use at all times. They add new elements as you go through the game. In this game, they pretty much stuck to, hey, woo, 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 throw items, throw items, throw items. And that's not bad. That's not bad, but I just think could have done a little bit more with it, in my opinion. I'm not grading out the score wholly for that. On today's episode of Mumbles, Lila's Sky Arc, you are going to get a 6 out of 10 from me. I like the game. I like the idea of the game. I like how it plays. It's a fantastic little game. They could have just made a few changes here and there to make it a better game. But by no means a bad game. If you like this kind of game, I definitely recommend that you check it out. That is my review of Lila Skyhawk. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. Please smack that subscribe button, smack the like button, smack all those buttons. And I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye everyone, take care.